Hello everyone, CPAT here with another Exceed commentary. Today we have the second semifinals match to determine who will have the opportunity to fight against Mix in the grand finals of Chimera Summer Bash. Just me today, don't have anyone else. A little bit of a late night situation, but you know, who needs sleep when you have Exceed? And we have migohunter on red side, bringing out the Gordeau first and foremost. Gordeau, definitely a weird pick into Chykka's roster. So for the rosters for Migo are going to be Akuma, Jin, Propeller, Gordeau. And for Chykka is the Claw, the Fight, the Clover, and the Carmine. So the problem with Gordeau is that Chykka, so for those of you that don't know, Migo is a was a Carl Clover main. And Chykka's been beating Clovers on the back of just matchup inexperience as we see the first turn prep come out from Gordeau. But I don't think that... So for that reason, I don't think Chykka's going to be bringing out the Clover at all this match. So the issue with Gordeau is that Gordeau Fight is a really bad matchup for Gordeau, and Gordeau Carmine is also a really bad matchup for Gordeau. So this is basically Migo's only opportunity to play Gordeau, and he's taking it here. If Chykka wins this game, I'm pretty sure Migo is just locked out of Gordeau for the rest of the set. Just like a weird character pick into... Not a weird, but just a bad character pick into Chykka's roster. A little bit unfortunate there, but luckily Migo called the matchup right, and we do have the Gordeau against the Vega. This matchup I think is much more doable than the other matchups. Vega, especially a character that is starved for resources a little bit, so we see maybe Vega initiate a strike here. Shuffling his hand. Okay. I mean, options that hit here are like the Sky High Claw, the Flying Barcelona, the RCF. Sorry, let's RCF at speed 5, Sky High Claw, Flying Barcelona at speed 3. More likely than not, this could be just a cross. Gordeau, of course, has fireballs though, right? We've got the Mortal Slide and the Grim Reaper. I think if Migo... I mean, RCF's at speed 5. Looks like we're going to be calling out RCF. It's just a sweep into the dive. 5 for 6. Gordeau will rip a card as well. Vega coming into range 1. Very interesting. I mean, just part of the mix-up. Yoinks the RCF. So, when these specials are yoinked early... For Vega, it's just weird, right? Because all of his cards serve a very specific purpose in the Vega mix-up, right? Like, this is your long-range attack. This is your mid-range, mid-speed. This is your slow. This is your fast. This is your fast for close range. This is your fast for a little bit further range. And we're going to see Migo initiate a range 1 strike here. Range 1 options for Gordeau are mid-speeds, essentially, because they are the Mortal Glide and the Precise Aim, alongside just the normals. But we're going to see Gordeau strike with the action, and let's see if it's the mid speed. No, Migo trying to call out Chykka's grasp with his own grasp, but gets focused instead. This grasp will of course discard a card from Vega's hand. Vega will probably be rather starved for resources here, and I would expect Chykka to prep a lot in the upcoming turns. Just because we have seen in the past games that we've cast Migo, we've seen players not being able to handle the economy game properly against Gordeau, not prepping enough. But I do expect Chykka to be prepping a whole lot into this matchup, especially with a character like Vega that has just so many different force costs. Chykka still has to discard a card on hit. And then take the 1. Oh, okay, he's taking the 1 now. So life total is about even, but Gordeau has a really early economy advantage. We're going to see Chykka drop the Scarlet Terror, so another part of the corner mix-up already down early for Vega. Now it is Vega's turn. Vega just has to prep here. Yeah, there's the prep. Let's see if Gordeau initiates again. Down to grasp, so now Vega's grasp is looking really good, unless Migo plays slow, right? This character's all about the mix-ups, whether it's the fast, the slow, the mid-speed. at range 1. We're actually just going to see the superior boosted. Your next attack is considered to be EX. Good boost, especially with one tech down. Back to Chykka here. Staring down the barrel of something like a 7 power sweep, 7 speed mortar glide. We're going to see Chykka get out of there with the high jump. Move 3. If you move past the opponent, key charge it. That's both copies of RCF down super early. So that's that fast option that hits, at ranges 5 to 6, no longer an option for Chykka, which is quite interesting because now Gordo's fireballs at that range look decent, right? But both RCFs down early. Let's see if that decision bites Chykka much later in the game, dropping both RCFs. So we see Gordo just prep up to 7. Vega now has corners, so his UA comes alive if you're at the edge of the arena when you set your attack. Your specials and ultras have +2 power. Vega does have a lot of gauge. Usually you don't see Vega built this much gauge early. We see the light boosted in response to the superior. Wonder if this coerces Migo to tech hit. Good amount of things to tech in this matchup, right? Light is 1, obviously, but we have a really good boost here in Claw. If Chykka opts to go for the Claw line instead. Vega has tons of different ways to spend resources. Can't do them all, but this is definitely a good way to spend resources if you're Vega. So I wonder if this coaxes a tech hit for Migo or if he just strikes into it anyway. The only issue is that he's at range 2. So the on-curve normal is cross, and of course Migo is just sped across tube for the superiors, so unlikely that he has the second one. And even if he does, I mean, Vega can outspeed it with a cross of his own, as well as the crit Scarlet Terror, which would be 6 speed as well. So 1 to 4, 5, 6 when Vega's in the corner. Good card. Looks like Migo just going for the raw strike here. Nope. There's the tech hit. So now claws in the later game will look better for Vega. Tech hit, of course, has a now strike clause on it, which means Gordo does not get the action. Basic spike mix-up here for Gordo. Precise aim performs kind of poorly here. I mean, it's still 5 power, but performs poorly because, I mean, still trades with the sweeps of the world. Trades with the pounce as well. So spike is definitely in this mix-up for Migo. To try to pop the 6 defensive pounce or just a slow normal. Vega going for the wild swing. EX Assault beats Chykka's regular assault, so that's going to be 5 damage coming in for Gordo. Gordo yoinks advantage. Just the on-curve assault there, not bad. Plus Gordo gaining advantage means that he can go for another strike and discard. We're going to see the mix-up to 2. Very interesting, mix-up to 2. This is like hard telegraphing cross, perhaps? Could be second spike, could be the mix-up into the spike. Migo loves going for that play if he has it. We see Chykka wild swing again. It's the focus, it's the cross. 1 damage cross. Of course, mix-up has a now strike clause on it as well. So that is problematic because, again, Chykka does not have to discard a card from Gordo's UA. So Chykka has a bunch of cards in hand. Doesn't have the RCF part of the mix-up, though, at range 5. And I think Migo recognizes this and goes to range 5, where now he actually has the dominant speed option in Rusty Nail. It is now Chykka's turn. Standing at range 5, Range 5 becomes a lot better when with a claw out, I guess. The only issue is with a claw out, you can now guard through. I mean, you can always guard through Gordo fireballs with this. The only issue is, while two of the fireballs pull with the slide and the Reaper, Rusty Nail does not pull. So Gordo, it's weird, right? A lot of people claim that Gordo's fireball is hard loose to sweep, right? Which is true, and we do see the claw come out. So now the Pounce will trade with the Rusty Nail as well. Pounce is just an option that just wins games, not wins games, but wins strikes here at range 5. We'll take a look at Claw, plus 0 to 1 range, and your attacks are critical. So now this Pounce hits 1 to 3 before close to, now 1 to 5, with a sweep discard effect on it as well. Technically still a mix-up there, because, I mean, Vega could just have the second Scarlet Terror, which now hits 1 to 3, and now Migo probably wishes he had that tech hit back. Of course, he just has the second one. If he has the second one, then this is very good. Especially if Vega's unable to draw into meaningful boosts for a little bit. Migo taking stock of his own discard. Not enough players do this. Just preps. Chykka now has a mix-up if he wants to take it. I don't think he will. But he has to mix up if he wants to take it. I think he just preps. Yeah, just preps up to 7. Back to Migo. But we're looking at both of these cards as dominant options at range 5 when Vega's in the corner. Pounce will do 7. Scarlet Terror will do 5. Scarlet Terror speed 6. Pounce has 6 defenses. We see the Devourer come out. Plus 1 speed before plus 1 power for every 2 cards in the opponent's hand. Which makes Pounce look like a worse option. I mean, Scarlet Terror is still guarded, or still faster than anything that Migo can throw at this range. But who said Season 6 doesn't have good boost kits? This is a good boost. This is a very good boost. I mean, for right now, Chykka's a full hand. This boost basically hard counters full hand, right? Plus 3 power, plus 1 speed for free on an Ultra that's really not going to see a whole lot of play in most matchups. Pretty good. Pretty sure. There we go. That should be correct now. It is now Chykka's turn. Opts for an EX. So, I mean, this is what EX Flying Barcelona Pounce mix up, really. Flying Barcelona is what? 10 power? Just says, hey, Migo, you have the block. If you don't, just eat 10. However, wait, this does lose to like a really fast fireball from Gordo. So yeah, it is gonna be the Pounce. So let's see here. The Mortal Slide will go first. This is gonna be a 5 power Mortal Slide, or sorry, not 5, 6 power Mortal Slide, because this gives plus 2 power. This gives plus 1. So total 6 power here on the Mortal Slide. Pretty explosive combat there. We'll gain advantage. Don't think that matters. The Pounce has 3 armor, so the Pounce will only take 3 damage off that, and the Pounce will hit back for 7. Hit 6 after armor. I think Migo should be at 15. Oh, no, I'm the wrong one. Carry on. Okay, yeah. Forgot to EX. They've resolved it. No thanks to me. This was an 8 damage pounce, because of course it was EX'd. Migo takes 7. Health is now even. Vega standing in the middle of nowhere, though. But Gordo does not have a lot of cards in hand. Gordo has a bunch of forces to work with in the future, but not a whole lot of cards in hand. Vega may be gearing up for an Ultra soon. Vega did not sustain the claw. I believe he had the right to. Did not sustain it, though. That is almost spookier than sustaining the claw. That is almost spookier than sustaining the claw, in my opinion. Because what's the plan now? I mean, Vega clearly has a plan. What is that plan? Like, I mean, this Ultra hits for, like, 9 when Vega's in the corner. I guess Vega is out of a bunch of just special options in general. Like, options that have crit, right? So he's only gaining value off the range, and maybe Vega's planning on staying up close, so it doesn't really need the range. I mean, a common Vega pitfall that I do see is kind of an over-committal of resources to a thing that's not going to win you a game, or like win you an important strike in any other way. So I do like this, the discarding the claw. Unfortunately, it's a little sad, but I do quite like it, especially if Chykka has a plan to spend his force in another way. We're to see Vega not take the corner. That is the sketchiest move action I think I've ever seen. That is the sketchiest move action I've ever seen. Just the hard EX cross telegraph, I guess. But also, like, EX spike is a thing. It's like Gordo you can't even just initiate. I mean, you can initiate with a slow fireball if you're unhinged, but to attempt to catch the EX cross, but spending the backstep as well to do so, that as well is just so telling. It is so telling. I mean, bloody high claw as well is a 1-2 7-6, and Migo's out of crosses. I'll take like a bloody high claw here. Very sketchy. Do you just spend 1 force to move back to range 3 if you're Gordo here? Like, that is super sketchy. I'm sorry, I tabbed out there for a second. I don't think anything's happened though. Oh, I dropped a frame. Alright. I think we should be okay though. Like that, like, just Gordo says I'm out of there. I like this a lot. I like that a lot from Ego. Retreat to range 5. I like that a lot. Like, you just saw your opponent. That was the sketchiest move action I think I've ever seen a player, like a top player, make. Like, that is just so telegraphed. And Migo says, yeah, let me just air dash out of there. Still has glides and still has Reaper. Not Reaper. Sorry, still has Reapers and not slide, but has the Ultra. What's it called? The nail. For ranged options here is Gordo. But yeah, just get out of there, man. I like that a lot. We're going to see Vega boost Spike as defend to try to trade with the relatively low damage of these two cards. I mean, Grim Reaper's 4, Rusty Nail's 3, EX Grim Reaper's 5, so that could be important. Vega, a character with not a lot of defenses, now especially with both pounces down, right? Wonder if Migo will go for a reading soon. Or there's two juicy targets. I mean, there's a grasp. I guess only one juicy target, because cross will basically just be disastrous, but grasp is a pretty juicy target for a reading. It wouldn't be the most high value reading, but I mean, Migo does have 2 dives left. We're gonna see Gordo respect to 4. Respect, of course, at the start of your turn, draw 2 and discard this. Now advance up to 3. So if Vega does not strike, Gordo will draw 2 cards. Vega at range 4, a little... I mean, we have cards like Sky High. Wonder if this respect is telegraphing that Migo does have the EX Grim Reaper in hand. I don't think it does, necessarily, but it could. Right, so the EX Grim Reaper... If Vega were to strike here, I think Vega strikes with a mid-speed, right? Whether that be a Sky High Claw or a Flying Barcelona. Or even, I mean, the Splendid Claw is kind of a mid-speed. Actually, it's on curve at range 4, huh? I guess it's a functioning mid-speed into Rusty Nail, which is the fast option at speed 5. But Splendid Claw is looking like a really good initiation. Oh wow, and we're actually just going to see Chykka double down on this. Boosts Fierce, lets the respect go off. Says, I mean, I'm not scared of your EX Grim Reaper. Maybe I have EX Splendid Claw on deck at speed 5. It's going to be difficult for you to run, Gordo. You have no crosses. But this is Chykka highly investing into the strike. I mean, +2 power on the defend boost as well. Mortal Glide is... Sorry, Grim Reaper is 3 speed. So 4 speed when EX'd. That is not enough. That's not enough speed. Gordo did draw 2, so maybe, I mean, has a block on deck and it's just comfortable just blocking this Ultra. Although this Ultra has a really, really good sweep effect on it. Hit the opponent, discards 3 cards at random. Maybe Migo tries to read his way out of this. Yep, there it is. You read cross here. I think Chykka's very likely to have cross in hand. So I mean, this Fierce boost, is this too much of an overcommittal from Chykka? Like, didn't just strike with Splendid Claw. That's gonna be an EX, so that's gotta be a Grim Reaper or a Rusty Nail. The reading whiffs, and it wasn't cross that was red. Oh my. Oh, this could be a problem. Oh, block was red. Okay, interesting. Oops. There we go. I don't know. I guess Migo didn't have a good follow-up after reading cross, right? You can't really spend a Rusty Nail there. Or EX Rusty Nail, if he has it. Um, Chykka can just say no, but does he want the value here? Is there a world where this is Mortal Glide? Probably not. Chykka just says no. It's the Grim Reaper yeah, Chykka just says no. Both, like, a defend and a fierce drop at the cost of a reading. EX Grim Reaper down for Gordo now. Back to range 7, where, I mean, we saw the hand. The hand was a Barcelona, a Claw, a Cross, and a Dive. It's not a... I mean, that's a 9 power strike. That's going to be... I mean, the thing about Barcelona is that if you overinvest into the Barcelona, Gordo's just going to play this. There is a mix-up here. Dude, imagine how sick would it be if Vega goes for... Okay, this is pure fantasy. Vega goes for a crit Splendid Claw to bait out the Mortal Glide, and then the Splendid Claw will hit afterward. I mean, that's something I would do in casuals, because I think that's a really fun play to make in casuals. That's a really fun mix-up to go for. I don't think you do that in the semifinals of, I don't know, what is the biggest tournament of the year? I don't think that's what happens. But, I mean, that's a fun line to take for you casual players. Slash for you players that don't really care. So basically, I mean, we have 2 copies of Mortal Glide up for Migo. Mortal Glide very obviously dodges the Flying Barcelona. That is a line. I mean, Splendid Claw eviscerates your opponent's hand. Like, the reward is so high. We're actually just going to see Chykka change cards to getting rid of his known normals to draw 3. Probably a line that is significantly less unhinged. Chykka should probably shuffle his hand. Chykka, shuffle your hand, please. Shuffle your hand, God. God, please. Shuffle your hand. Come on, we're tournament semifinalists if we don't shuffle our hand. Chykka now taking a look at Gordo's discard pile. Is Gordo going for a reshuffle here? I don't think you reshuffle unless you've drawn your block as Migo here. Oh, so Migo doesn't. If Migo has a block, I think reshuffle is okay. But there's still high value melee cards there. Like there's 2 focus and a sweep, 2 focuses and a sweep left. Unless I've screwed up the card tracker, which is entirely possible, but... yeah, I don't know. We can now check his opponent's discard. Migo now check his own discard again. Really tense situation here. Even though both players are standing at range 7. I mean, it's Vega, so... we see a big CC action. So it's going to be a Rusty Nail and a Soul Exodus. CC4. Migo just caught with a dead hand there a little bit. That's funny. Draws a bunch of cards, both readings down for Chykka, so that's not a concern. Chykka just preps. I mean, we are at range 7, and all of your jump in normals are down if you're Vega, so you can't really get red in this position with the fireball down for Gordo. Because Gordo's Ultra Fireball, which is the only fireball he has left, hits 1, 2, or hits 3 to 6. And we are range 7, so Chykka doesn't have to really worry about reading. Gordo not really getting too many discard effects down. We're going to see the Tactical come out, +1 speed, now move 1. Moving to range 6, where Rusty Nail is the only threat that we have. 3 to 6, 3, 6 with the speed. Back to Migo here, or back to Chykka here, excuse me. Only 3 cards left for Gordo, so if Gordo's very likely to have the Rusty Nail in hand. Don't think this is a fake. Don't think you can assume it's a fake if you're Vega. But Vega's sitting in the corner, right? Vega's just missing so much of his mix-up game. I mean, just has the EX Flying Barcelona, has 1 Scarlet Terror, has 1 Sky High. Has Ultras, but not in the correct position to play him just yet. Sorry about the extended silence. It is late night, though, so this is going to be a little bit of a more chill commentary, but don't really have a whole lot to add to this situation just yet. We're going to see Vega boost Mask, +1 power, +1 armor. Mask is... I mean, Chykka's almost assured... If Migo strikes, Chykka's almost assured they're going to play block, right? Sustain the mask, but feels a little bit past turn to me. Don't really understand the purpose of it just yet. Could be a bait to bait out a Rusty Nail if Migo wants to strike and force a discard. I'm not really sure how the discard plan's not working well for Migo, I'll say that much. Well, I guess now it will. We see the VL come out from Gordo. Looks like a Gordo's backside now. 1 gauge action. The opponent must spend 1 force if available. Take another action. So I guess Migo's gonna drain either the hand or the gauge. Feels, I mean, I guess this is the best punish that Migo has for past turn. Just drain the resources of Vega. But it's 6 gauge. Vega has 4 gauge, so Vega can just say, I'm not gonna play an Ultra this game, I'm not gonna exceed this game. But, like, it's only for now, right? Because Chykka has 2 blocks that can very easily hit the gauge. So, I mean, just feels like just a little just feels like neither player feels like they're in a position of power in this scenario, which is very weird. Seeing how, I mean, Vega has Barcelona's, but can't really use them. Migo has a block. Wonder if... And can't even strike with Flying Barcelona, right? Because the tactical Rusty Nail will just stun it out on top of that. Oh, wait, hold on. Mask. +1 armor with an EX. That's 3 defenses. Rusty Nail cannot stun EX Flying Barcelona. Are we going to see a potential parry come out? Parry block from Chykka? This 1 armor is actually relevant. I thought this was past turn, but it's not. The 1 armor is super relevant. I don't know. This is just coming back to the Chykka has a Flying Barcelona Splendid Claw mix-up. And we are going to see a parry come out. I don't know what the parry target's going to be. Parry's the Rusty Nail. Which was actually a top deck for Migo, interestingly enough. Parry's the Rusty Nail. So now Migo has nothing that hits here in this position. So I mean, we're just coming back to, will Chykka bait out Immortal Glide? Of which Gordo has 2 copies of, which is just so strange. Not how I expected this matchup to end up being, but it's looking more and more like, is Chykka gonna be able to bait out Immortal Glide from Gordo and punish it? Well, it is Gordo's turn, so Gordo can use this backside action. The opponent must spend 1 force if you spend a gauge. And let's see if Migo goes for it here. He did Veil off. Chykka has 7 cards in hand and 4 cards in gauge. Gordo has 6 gauge. Gordo going to spend all 6 for the action. Okay, Vega drops a Grasp. Needs to spend 5 more force. I mean, has 4 gauge to do so. That's 2. Drops a Sky High Claw. That's 3. I guess the only question is, will Chykka spend 3 gauge? Will Chykka spend 3 gauge, 2 gauge, or 0 gauge? I think those are the. I guess those are. I guess those are 3 of the 4 possible options. So I guess that's not really a question that's worth asking. Yep, 3 more need to be spent here. So, does Vega want to keep a gauge around for crit? Does Vega want to keep 3 gauge around for ultras? Does Vega not want to keep any gauge around because he's got blocks, or he's got a block left, which is basically a free gauge in the future? This is a very, very tense game 1. A lot of, yeah, it's very, very interesting position for sure. Okay, Chykka looks like he's going to be discarding multiple cards from hand. Discarding 3 cards from hand, keeping 3 gauge. Discards EX Flying Barcelona and a Splendid Claw. Keeping the gauge for Bloody High Claw. Keeps 3 gauge. Drops the Flying Barcelona mix-up. Says, I mean, you're Gordo at range 6 with no fireballs left. Gordo, of course, can take another action. Take action number 7, of course. So technically, Migo took 6 actions there. Are we in a position where neither player has a card that hits at range 6? I believe we are. That is that is humorous to say the least. I'm looking at these options. Vega has one good option at range 4 in the Scarlet Terror. Has a couple good, has a spike, has a sweep block. You could just read the card tracker yourself. I don't really need to do that for you. You see Migo revert, and he's now going to take his 8th action of the turn now. Reverts with a spike. And then veils off with the focus. This is the lamest Gordo you've ever seen. Revert with the spike, veil off with the focus. We're gonna spend 2 more force next turn. Unfortunately, I mean Vega just preps into this, right? Maybe Vega reshuffles, but Vega just probably just preps into this. Because this is essentially just pass turn. And if Chykka opts into the pass turn, so they both pass turn essentially, because I'm pretty sure Gordo, unless Gordo doesn't spend the 2 gauge here with the Gordo action. This is just this is the kind of grindiness that you'll see once people learn how to fight Gordo. I think this is the kind of grindy nature that you will see, especially a character like Vega, who's like a hard rushdown character. This is what you'll see in the future, I think, when fighting this character. So we see Migo spend 2 force. Chykka must spend 2 force if available, which it is. So Chykka must spend 2 force, either from his gauge or his hand. Really just feels like a lot of dilly-dallying going on before both players hit reshuffle time, which will be very soon, because both players have 1 card left in their deck. Chykka spends 1 force in the sweep from hand. Probably just drops a 2nd card from hand at this point. And then just preps. I don't think... I mean, because, like, what... I guess Gordo has another action to take. But again, just can't hit. Because both these players have not reshuffled yet. It's so strange. It's just a lot of pass turn happening, basically. Except Gordo just, like, trades his gauge for Vega's hand, but then Vega can just prep back up afterward, because Gordo is not actually threatening an attack here. Just so weird. So weird. There's a way more fun line that I suggested way earlier, but Chykka did not opt for that. Chykka can spend a gauge and then just block to build a gauge back. Chykka spends the block from hand, actually. Okay, 3rd action for Gordo. She gets 3 cards left, 1 copy of Spike, 1 copy of Scarlet Terror, 1 copy of Bloody High Claw, if the count is right. Migo has a substantially larger hand, has 5 cards in hand. 1 in the deck. Migo has had this tactical out for a while. Is Migo thinking that he can procure a checkmate situation by moving in? He's +1 speed out. Doesn't have a spike. Has a die, but that'll trade with that'll lose to Scarlet Terror rather. Scarlet Terror is still going to be your dominant fast option. So unless you can procure a mix-up with a guarded option, or like procure an unbeatable with a guarded option, which you can't, because Chykka's Spike left in his deck. So will Gordo just revert prep? This looks like a very boring game, but I assure you it's not. This looks like a very boring game, but I assure you it's not. Just a very grindy game here. Gordo reverts with the Mortal Glide. And then preps? Question mark. Maybe CC instead? CC's 4. That's a turb, a dive, and a second glide. Hand is known to be block and sweep. And Migo will draw how many off the top? Why is Migo searching his deck? I don't know what's going on there. Migo's the correct amount of cards. So there's a known block and sweep, and Migo will draw. He CC'd 4, drew 1, draws 4 more for end of turn. Known block and known sweep in the hand. Okay, well, we've now reached a point where we've done officially a whole lot of nothing, except Gordo has spent a bunch of gauge. Chykka will probably just... It was weird that Chykka gave it the block, discarding the block, like valued the Scarlet Terror and the Bloody High Claw, because the block's valuable now. In this kind of scenario, Scarlet Terror is not really that valuable now at range 6, nor is Spike. Maybe Spike's the bottom card here, but then why would you keep Scarlet Terror and Bloody High Claw? Are we just gonna see a big CC here from Vega as well? Yeah, okay, Spike was the bottom card. This is really... Well, I mean, we're now here, I guess. We now have, like, cards that, I mean... Does Migo have a reading into a fireball? Like, read... Can't even... You can't even play... You can't even play Slide. Slide loses to... If you read Spike... and play Slide, Slide loses. Slide trades down, rather. You can play Reaper, I guess. I don't know, we just spent 20 minutes doing a whole lot of nothing here. I mean, it was necessary nothing, because both players felt like they couldn't aggress, but Migo just spends a bunch of gauge, forces out some discard from Chykka's hand, forces out a gauge discard as well, I guess. Migo looks like he'll be striking with the hand, no block and sweep. It's going to be an assimilation first, advance or retreat 2. If you have more cards in hand than the opponent, take another action. So just a strictly worse Galdred boost there. Okay, Migo then takes it back. Shuffles his hand. Known block, known sweep for Migo, known spike for Chykka. Don't think any of those cards are going to be struck with here. No reading coming out here, so it would be funny if we saw a Mortal Slide come out from Migo and it just gets countered by the Spike. That would be funny. Reminder, we are at range 6, so Grim Reaper does not trade with Spike in this position. And of course, Rusty Nail doesn't either. This is a highly, highly technical game we've got going on here. My mouse is gone. My mouse cursor is gone. It's broken on my computer. Are we going to be commenting the rest of the set without a mouse cursor? What has happened? Let's just reset it somehow. Okay, no turn has been taken yet. I have my mouse cursor. How's my mouse cursor gone? Well, I guess we don't really need a mouse cursor to commentate Exceed, but my mouse cursor just left the building? This is probably the most interesting thing that's happened in the last 30 minutes, I guess. But my mouse cursor is gone. Okay, my mouse cursor's not back. My mouse driver just crashed and reset, but not like the driver for my physical mouse, like whatever controls the actual pointer. What a strange conundrum. Anyway, it's still Migo's turn. Our mouse pointer is back. We've solved the mystery. We're going to see Gordo spend 1 force to move to range 5. Spends the Mortal Glide from Gage to do so. So no Rusty Nail threatened from Migo. I'm not sure if that matters, but I mean, it's a thing. Migo spends a Gage instead of a card from hand. Again, has known block and known sweep. We are going to see Chykka drop his known normal to boost defend, +1 armor, +3 guard. Mid speeds become a lot more scary here for Chykka. Does not have the gauge for an ultra, however. But has 5 total defenses, so can't even get stunned out by an EX Gordo Fireball. Gordo, a rather low damage character all across the board, right? 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1. And then there's a 6er there, but that's the only one. Back to Migo here. Migo going for a reading here. Maybe reading a move in normal. And hitting back with something, if I had to guess. The reading whiffs. We see a hand of 135 RCF Sky High. Huh. Wonder what was red then. Maybe just like a grasp was red. And maybe this is a slow fireball. Funnily enough, RCF is an option that beats... That outspeeds... Wait, RCF outspeeds fireballs, but it pushes 3. But it's a 6 power RC... Wait, RCF just kind of wins combat here, I think. From Chykka. The read was cross. And yeah, that RCF's just going to win combat. The read was cross. Yeah. This Mortal Slide's going to get stunned out. This is a 6 damage RCF. Stuns the 4 defenses of Mortal Slide, and we are back in action as far as combats go. I think that was the first strike in half an hour or something. Yeah, RCF in the corner, just kind of... It's kind of dumpsters Gordo's fireballs unless they're EX, huh? That's not really an interaction I thought of. And we didn't have to think of it, because Chykka spent both his RCFs really early on first reshuffle and got 0 value out of them. I mean, had one discarded from a hit effect and had the second one drop from for the boost. Anyway, Chykka is going to spend 1 force to sustain the mask, and then boost assault to get out of there. Back to range 8 we go. I mean, Migo knows the hand is sky high focus and an unknown card, but it's still Vega, so I mean, can you afford to wait for Vega to draw a Flying Barcelona? We are at range 8, of course. Nothing hits for Gordo. Gordo's max range is... Oh, actually, no. Mortal Slide hit does hit. We're just going to see the prepare action come out. Sorry, I forgot Mortal Slide's 4 to 8. I think Vega just prepped and turned. Mortal Slide, if you throw this out, it's only 3 power from Gordo. This mask means that if Chykka draws an EX, he won't be stunned. He'll take 0 damage if he plays the focus, although I think he can extract higher value out of a focus than that. But we are back to this position. We are going to see the Assimilation boosted. Advance or retreat to take another action. I believe that's the second Assimilation boost. I think Squirtle's out of Rusty Nails. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Pretty sure that Assimilation boost, the last one happened after reshuffle. We're gonna see Gordo strike here. Fireballs could be a Mortal Slide situation. It's the Grim Reaper, so the sweep does not hit back. So the Grim Reaper will go first, hit for 3, and the sweep will miss. So there's that interaction that we were talking about earlier. At range 6, you can't trade with the sweep. You have to find something better. Pounce is a card that would trade. But not sweep. You need 1 to 4 here. Or you need a range 4 attack. We're going to see Chykka drop a Grasp. Keeps the focus in hand. Sweep will miss. Back to Vega here. Only 3 cards in hand. Sky High and a focus. Chykka just prepares. Back to Gordo here. And I think we're back to starting positions, but I think we're going to be striking a whole lot for the rest of this game now. I think the lull in the action is over, and we're going to be striking some. And yeah, looks like Migo wants to initiate a strike here. Dive, Reaper, Slide. You saw Sweep go down. Vega's not in the corners, so Pounce doesn't do 2 more damage. Although you are down 8 to 11, so I mean one more disfavorable trade for Vega, and this Gordo strike looks a lot worse, right? We're going to see a critical Pounce. Critical Scarlet Terror at speed 6. Outspeeds the Rusty Nail. Well, I guess Rusty Nail was a card that was... I guess it's my bad on that. But, Rusty Nail at speed 5. That's the thing about Scarlet Terror, right? Scarlet Terror is just going to... I think I mentioned this an hour ago, but Scarlet Terror is... at range 4, just gonna stuff everything that Gordo throws at speed 6. And Gordo down to his last 5 life now. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. Vega can just go for a cheeky read here as well. If there's a decent follow-up. And yeah, we are gonna see that come out. Was that strike too overzealous? Looks like it was. That is going to be game 1 going to Vega here. A little bit of an explosive end here. Actually, that read was not safe. Chykka went for a Splendid Claw, and Gordo had EX Cross in hand. That read was not... That was such a risky read from Chykka, actually. Well, not such a risky read, but that was a little bit of a risky read there from Chykka. We saw EX. So sweep was red by Chykka, right? Oh, sweep was in the hand. Gordo kept sweep in hand. Okay, not a risky read at all. That's just game. Oh man, that's really overzealous from Migo then. Right? Was that the same sweep? I think it was. I think it might be. That's a really overzealous play from Migo then. That's a really overzealous strike. That is not what you want to see there. Just maybe a little bit of a lapse in concentration there from Migo. I'm pretty sure that sweep never got discarded. I'm pretty sure it's the same one. So I mean, that was a mentally taxing game for sure, right? A lot of grindy gameplay towards the mid game there. But Chykka takes game one with the Vega over the Gordeau. Chykka has Fight, Clover, and Carmine to his name. Migo can, of course, re-up with the Gordeau, has Akuma, Propeller, and Jin. Believe we're going to see Chykka go with the Fight or the Carmine here. Like I said, Migo used to main Clover, so I don't think there's going to be a Clover coming out from Chykka, just because Migo knows the tricks. Migo also claims that Clover is the worst character in the game. So unless Chykka's trying to prove a point, right? I don't think we're going to be seeing that come out. But, yeah, a little bit sloppy of an endgame there from Migo, no? Just keeping that sweep in hand. And there was a known reading on Chykka's part, but Migo tried to go for a Rusty Nail. I don't know what... I guess just didn't expect to die, right? Maybe forgot Scarlet Terror was an option, especially because that's an option that we didn't see on first reshuffle. I think we definitely talked about it. I've definitely talked about it with Migo as well. I discussed this exact matchup with Migo. And I was like, hey, watch out for the range 4 of Scarlet Terror. It stuffs everything you do. But it's only 3 power, but it stuffs everything you do. I think I told him that specifically, but... yeah, I don't like that endgame for Migo at all. Unless there's a different reason there that he went for that play that I missed. Anyway, it's game 2. This is a best of 5 sets. We are going to be here for a while. Hopefully it's... so the last 5 games, I've casted, 4 of them? And they've all been 3-0s, I believe. Sorry if this is a spoiler and you haven't seen the earlier games for some reason, but... I mean, we're in the semifinals, mixes and finals on the other side. And one of these 2 players will be vying for that second final slot. Chykka's already selected his character. Migo now is a conundrum, because I don't think he can play Gordo for the rest of the set, which means he's going to bring out the Propeller, which is... not his strongest character in his roster. He's 0-3 with the Propeller, and hadn't lost a game with the Gordo, or the Jin, or the Akuma. I think Chykka's got to be bringing out either the Fight or the Carmine, whether he wants to save the Carmine for the final game or not. Is kind of the question that Migo's asking himself on the character select screen. If Chykka were to play Fight, I don't know what character Migo would bring out. It's gonna be the Jin. It's gonna be the Carl Clover. Oh man, that is spicy. Chykka bringing out the old main, the old Migo main against Migo, and it's the Carl Clover. And we are excited to see this, because Migo has dropped this character because he claims it's the worst character in the game. I think it's one of the worst characters in the game, personally, as well. But Migo knows this character inside and out. Will Chykka be able to clutch up with the Carl Clover against Migo's new main, the Jin? Jin, we'll take a look at the cards here. I mean, after draw 2 and basic Shoto, right? So we got DP, we got Fast Dive, we've got Mid Speed, we've got Slow Fireball, and we've got this cool guard option. We've got Moonsong, which is 3/6/6, good card. We've got Ice Fang, which is a little bit niche. Clover here. Take a look at Clover. Nirvana is a big deal, right? So Clover wants to obtain the sandwich where the opponent ends up in between Clover and Nirvana, or if Nirvana ends up on the space. However, and when that happens, you get a little bit of bonus. You get +1/+1 on your specials and ultras. However, look at that before effect on Nirvana. If Nirvana's in your space or your range, you may flip her. If you do, you cannot hit, but add this card to your gauge after the strike. So you can just turn Nirvana off. We've seen Chykka go for Exceeds to deny this from happening. Looks like the Mulligan phase is completed. Jin will be going first. Have I ever played this matchup before? I don't think I have. Because usually when I'm practicing with Migo, he's either playing the Jin or in the past he would be playing the Clover. So I don't think I played this matchup before. Just on virtue of Jin being a good character, in my opinion, and Clover being a bad character. I mean, that's the heuristic I'm going to take. But, I mean, Chykka's performed well with the Clover so far, and he's definitely one thing that he does that Migo did not do nearly as much on Clover, he exceeds a lot more, and I like that. Let's see if that tech is enough. I mean, I'm sure there's other tech that Chykka employs that Migo doesn't, but that's the big one that I've noticed. Anyway, it's Migo's turn here. Range 4 options for Clover include the Volante. We're going to see Migo go for the early read here. That is spicy. That is the turn 1 reading. I hope it's not Assault. I hope it's not reading Assault. I don't like those readings at all, personally. But, wow, that is really, really aggressive for Migo. I guess Jin's a character that draws a bunch of cards. The reading whiffs. We see a hand with a bunch of normals. We see a hand of 2, 3, 4. Cantabile, Conanima, Letalis, Cantata. Will Chykka respond with the sweep? Depending on what was read? This could be Ice Blade is the issue, right? And Ice Blade is a card. Let's take a look at Ice Blade. With optional movement, right? So it's optional close. Chykka going for the dive, calling out the Ice Blade. Calls out the Ice Blade successfully. Bad start for Migo here. Bad start here. Jin spends 2 cards, gets no reward out of it. I mean, knows the hand, but I think Chykka's just going to get rid of those normals, right? Or he could risk the second reading. We're going to see a boost of Defend come out from Chykka. Back to Migo here, who's already on the early back foot. Defend makes sweep trade even better. Don't really think you can read the sweep here if you're Jin. Like what you can't really play anything here, right? None of your cards actually beat sweep. You can't spend 2 more cards here with a second reading, so I think boosting Defend definitely okay there. We're gonna see just Chykka, or we're gonna see Migo go for the prep here. Wow, I can't believe Migo went for a reading into an Ice Blade. That is so spicy. And the reading whiffed as well. Huh. Just feels really overzealous. But Migo's a player that makes aggression look good though. Like we see the Scorn come out. Second action, sorry, push 1, draw 1, take another action. Second action for Jin. Jin prefers range 2. Just, I think everything from Jin hits at range 2. Yeah, they all hit at range 2. Second action, ... Oh, wow, has a reading. And I'm assuming that's just going to be a spike. Oh, it's going to be a dual ice. Okay, dual ice to dodge it. Okay. Migo spends both of his readings early. Gets some value at least. The dual ice will hit for 2. Will not gain advantage. Carl Clover goes back to his starting position. Migo does not have a lot of cards now, but of course it's Jin, right? Jin draws a billion cards. This character draws a lot of cards, so don't have to worry about that. Migo diffuses the defend boost, I guess, with the reading. But no focuses down this early can be a bad thing. In fact, no focuses and down to dual ice as well. So, like, already running low on armor options here is Migo. We'll take a look at the cards that Chykka has in hand. Letablis Cantata, pretty middling ultra, but Duet's a good boost. And this gets your Nirvana into play. This is one of the few cards that hits from Clover. Anima is the slow part of the Nirvana mix-up. Nirvana has a mix-up, fast slow mix-up at range 0 to 1, with the Anima, which is the ignore guard option, and Brio, which is the fast option. As we're going to see Clover spend one force in the form of the Cone Anima to move to range 3. Range 3, huh? Range 3, of course, Carl has the Cantabile, 1 to 3, 1, 6. It's pretty much going to outspeed anything Migo throws unless he has EX Assault or something like that. But only 1 damage. Furthermore, at range 3, Carl doesn't actually get the sandwich. And we're going to see the Power of Order boosted from Migo. So Migo will draw 4 cards off that. And Clover has to discard 2 cards. Wow. I mean, it looks like Clover just discards the known cards. Discards a Letablis and discards a Cantabile. We're going to see Chykka boost the Allegretto, +1 speed after Advanced Retreat 1. Believe this is also known as Speed Shell. There's your weird trivia. It's weird how Chykka has 2 characters with this exact same boost. I don't think any other character in the game has that boost. Or at least I can't think of another character that has this boost. We see the Permafrost boosted for Jin, and yeah, look at that. Jin has already made up his hand deficit up to 7 cards. Yeah, I mean, hand economy, like, second to none. Maybe, I mean, maybe there's a character that has better hand economy than Jin, but Jin's definitely near the top for that. And Clover only has 4 cards in hand as well. That was a huge Power of Order. I should have expected that. I just don't see Migo go for that kind of line, though, early in the game. I've seen him go for it late game, but I don't see him say, okay, I'm just going to drop all my cards and then Power of Order you. That's a line I haven't seen a lot from Migo, so excited to see the new stuff come out here. Anyway, it's back to Clover, who's sitting at range 3 with a +1 speed, facing down the 4 guard of Jin. Has 1 dive down for the range 3 mix-up. Clover just going to prep. Back to Migo here. Could just play Assault here. I mean, Assault's going to yoink advantage if Clover responds with an above curve Assault. Could get a little tricky here and play something slower if he wants to initiate. Has a full hand, though, so I mean, it's either going to be an initiate or a boost. We're going to see the Pinpoint Strike come out. Boost on Valenice. Now, Strike hit +1 power. You may advance or retreat 1, gain advantage. And we're going to see Migo spend that for that with... Actually, checking his discard real quick. Spends the Grasp for that. So that's 2 speed 7 options down for Jin on this 1 strike. We've got a range 3 mix-up here for Jin. Maybe Jin comfortable playing a sweep here. Spends for after draw 2 as well. Takes it back. And then strikes with a singular card. Could this really be a sweep? Chykka looks like he's gearing up for an EX the way he put those cards together. You just shifted a card from around here to here. EX Assault. I feel like this is a sweet... Oh, it's a Crystal Strike. Okay, EX Assault will break the 4 guard of the Crystal Strike. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that resolution at all. I did not expect that combat resolution to go that way. Did not expect Migo to just go on curve there. Like I rationalized it, right? Because the guard is not broken off a single assault, but Chykka of course had EX assault, and then we'll cross over with the after effect on the Allegretto, and Chykka now sandwich. Of course, Migo doesn't get value off the Violent Ice boost, which is kind of sad. Chykka just preps here. Nirvana, a little bit in No Man's Land, right? So Nirvana, we'll take a look at attacks that hit from Nirvana here. Brio hits, 0 to 1. Foco hits, is this the only range option, or this is one of the range options that we have here. 1 to 4, no defenses on it, however. So we're going to see Migo boost defend at range 1, makes sense. No defenses on it, so, I mean, when Clover's this close, it's a functioning mid-speed. It's a 7 power mid-speed. Anima, close range. Volante, guarded fireball. However, in this position, you lose the sandwich, which is kind of weird. You gain advantage, maybe that's worth it. It becomes basically just a focus, like, right? 7 total defenses at 1 speed. A little bit of armor. 5 power. This is the problem with Nirvana, right? She's often caught in just like No Man's Land, and like Nirvana's here, right? She's just messing around. Chykka to counteract, he actually does this quite a bit. He keeps the Nirvana here, so that they can't run away, and then tries to brawl with Carl. It's an interesting playstyle. It's an interesting playstyle for sure. We're gonna see the tech come out from Chykka. Tech's the defend. Notably, Chykka out of range 3 normals outside of 1 spike and 1 sweep. That's a interesting deck comp that maybe Migo can exploit later. If we're looking for... I mean, Migo, I don't think Migo is definitely out of the game. He's down a bunch of life, 20 to 28 at this current moment. But that's an important thing to note. Chykka literally has 1 spike and 1 sweep that hits at 3, and no other normals. I mean, he has 1 Cantable as well. Maybe that's something that comes in to play. What's up, Calavantis? And Ice Pop as well, sorry. I have not been paying attention to chat as much as I should. Calavantis coming in saying the Carl pick is too base. Agree. Carl into Migo as well. Back to Chykka here. Calavantis, of course, being a nice guy and deciding not to enter the tournament. Maybe so Mix can have a shot at finally winning something. And Mix has been looking pretty deadly so far. We see the parry come out. What is the parry target here? Chykka's already drawn for end of turn, so the parry target has been declared. Oh, it's not a parry. It's never mind. I mean, I didn't even notice. Clover takes corner. Okay, Clover takes corner. Okay, sorry, that's my bad. I didn't even notice. I just assumed it would be a parry, but it's not a parry. It's Chykka spending 1 force in the form of block to move to range 2, taking corner. So I mean, so Jin can't cross over and make Clover lose the sandwich. Although the sandwich doesn't look super valuable at this juncture. I believe Migo spent a grasp earlier as well. So be difficult to uproot Clover out of the corner, right? Jin doesn't really have a whole lot of... I mean, he has no pulls, right? He has pushes, no pulls. So I guess it will be difficult for Jin to uproot Clover. That's something. This Nirvana's caught at range 4. Now your Volante doesn't even do 5 damage, though. Your Volante only does 3. So we see the preemptive come out, plus spending the dive to do so. Plus 2 speed, now strike. With an after draw 2 on it as well. I mean, Assault Spike mix up here. You could be cheeky, throw a dual ice in there, I guess. Spike looks pretty good here. The Spike doesn't lose to a lot of things. Yeah. There's the Spike. Chykka Watswing's cross, so he does build gauge number 3 for a potential exceed. And trades like relatively well, given that scenario, 5 for 3. 5 for 3 on health, but reminder, Migo did spend a preemptive to do so. Yeah, I guess Spike in hindsight there is really obvious because just like cheek out of assaults, etc., etc. Nirvana kind of caught out here. You're not losing to Foco. You are losing to EX Foco. As Carl performs the Carl Prep. As an action, you may move Nirvana 1 space and draw 0 cards. We're going to see Nor Armor now strike from Migo here. I don't know what this is. Is this sweep? Is it DP? It's dual ice, which will hit for 3, and Spike will hit back for 5. Okay. Jin running a little bit low on life now. Clover just hitting normals. Okay. You have advantage. Oh, Power of Order. Okay. I don't know, I'm just failing to see the game plan here. I'm failing to see the purpose, you know? I'm failing to see the purpose. The Power of Order is nice, right? You get the reload there. As an Anima and second cross get dropped there for Chykka. Actually, that's slow side of the Carl mix-up down. Which I don't think is going to matter too much, but it can matter. Migo has 5 in hand, 6 in deck. So not a whole lot to work with left. Clover prep incoming, perhaps. Clover moving to range 2. Volante now misses. Don't think that's a relevant thing, but just want to point that out, I guess, for all the viewers watching, especially those of you unfamiliar with Clover. Volante, it's a 3 to 8. Range 2 is kind of a little bit of a blind spot for Clover, actually. For Nirvana, excuse me. Because most of her attacks just hit at 0 to 1. But not Foco, but everything else. So 2 is a little bit of a blind spot here for Nirvana. You see Migo boost light plus 2 speed. But light into what? Light into a permafrost? I mean, no spikes left for Migo. Migo doesn't really have a decent mid-speed here to threaten. He has assaults, but the assaults were looking pretty good by themselves. So I don't know. 7-speed assault does not matter. This Nirvana is inching closer. Moreover, if Jin were to try to run back, he has no range options left. Ice Blades were down super early, and both Ice Fangs were used for Power of Order. I don't really think you want to be playing those cards anyway for Jin, because you're down 8 life. I don't know. I'm just a little bit lost on the game plan. I guess for Migo on these situations. Migo caresses Chykka's hand there. Hmm. I don't know. Just like striking 3 times in a row and getting traded up on 3 times in a row. And I'm gonna count the cross into a preemptive spike as a trade up for Chykka, because you spent preemptive and you spent a spike and you only dealt 2 extra damage. And yeah, here she is. Nirvana has entered the field. Nirvana has entered the field. We are now looking at a speed 8 Brio if Migo wants to try to contest speed. He's gonna have to deal with this. 148. Just a reminder, Animas are down. However, Chykka is a player that likes going for the Rhapsody of Memories as well. 0 to 1, 5, 4, 5. Nirvana can't be flipped on this as well. Right, so if Chykka looks through the deck, says, okay, there are 2 Brios left. Let me try to bait out a Brio by playing a 9-speed Grasp. Chykka can respond with the Rhapsody of Memories. The Rhapsody of Memories, however, does lose to the Assault that Migo can be threatening here. Chykka with a little bit of a hand shuffle there. It just feels like there's a light on the board, but not actually a whole lot behind the light, if that makes sense. Because, and part of that's just because Chykka's maintaining a larger hand size than Jin, so the permafrost is not live, which would be on curve, I guess. But I mean, now that the Nirvana's here, curve isn't really the biggest thing. So we see the Violent Ice boosted from Jin. That's gonna be a pinpoint strike. Now strike hit +1 power. You may advance or retreat 1, gain add. The first pinpoint strike did not go Migo's way. Migo spends an assault for it. And strikes with a singular card. The fastest option that hits is cross at speed 8, which would beat a single Brio. EX Brio speed 9. I don't think Migo spends a pinpoint here if he's just playing a Grasp to try to stun the Nirvana out, right? Is Chykka just going to play a Brio anyway? No, Chykka just plays block. Just gets out of there. Is the speed 8 cross from Jin. Jin now at range, this weird range where there's, Jin has 2 blocks left. But Jin, like, at this weird range where nothing really hits for Jin, right? Jin just has melee options left, 1 to 3s. Runs away. Okay. I mean, has blocks left to block anything that Nirvana throws, I guess. While Migo will eventually rebuild. I guess it's okay. It's a 4-powered cross coming in. Chykka has to spend 1 force if he doesn't want to take any damage. Spends the second Tablet to do so. Nirvana caught playing catch-up here, I guess. Nirvana can strike with a Fireball. I guess. But I mean, oh, can strike with Focos, and then I'm assuming Migo just has blocks. Focos are super safe here. Can Migo turn off Nirvana? If Migo can turn off Nirvana with an Assault. If Chykka were to go for a Foco. What a character, man. What a character. Take a look at that before effect one more time. If your Nirvana is in your space or your range, you may flip her. If you do, you cannot hit, but add this to your gauge at the end of the strike. Okay, Migo goes for the reshuffle here, bringing that Astral to his hand. Take a look at the Astral here. Arctic. Oh, that's the rage threat. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Here's the rage threat. It's the Arctic Dungeon. Although, I mean, Also, wait, hold on. If Chykka has double Foco, then that could be bad. Arctic Dungeon is a little baby 2-guard move. And Chykka has 2 Focos left in his deck, and is now making Carl Nirvana unflippable. No, I don't get the setup. I don't get the setup now. We'll take a look at Carl Clover. Nirvana cannot be flipped during strikes as an action. You may move Nirvana 1 space, then strike. Overdrive, you may move Nirvana 1 space. We gave Nirvana a car on Exceed side, so she could finally... We gave her a bike, so she can hop around. Well, that is now pretty scary, because Migo is in the middle of nowhere. Just preps keeping the Astral in hand, okay. OD goes off. Nirvana gets moved to space. Foco now in range. 6 power move coming out here from Carl. What can Migo do about this? This is basically as good Nirvana positioning as you're going to get for Clover. We're going to see the Nirvana action here. Move 1 space, then strike. We're looking at Foco Brio mix-up now. We're going to see Jin spend an after draw 2 for a block. And it is the Foco that is going to be a 6 power Foco coming in. So there's 1 block down for Migo. The after draw 2 is good. So that way Migo gets more guard on his Arctic Dungeon. I'm assuming that's actually just going to be the way he makes his way back into the game. But he doesn't have the thing is, he doesn't have a whole lot of force to his name. Like, this block is going to be expensive. Has to spend 1 force and take 2 damage, basically. We'll draw up to 5 at the end of it. Oh, she spends a sweep and a grass to take no damage. Amigo says, I can't go down to 10 cards in hand. Only has 4 in hand to his name now. Oh, Foco also gains advantage. I always forget about that. Foco's, so the thing about Foco is that Foco's against Migo's Carl. Foco has always been my parry target. I've not been hit by Foco in like 30 games as against Migo's Carl. It just feels like Migo is just, the resource game is just not, it's not there against these Focos. I don't, the OD will go off again. I'm gonna wait, because Chykka sometimes just takes his time. Okay, OD action happening there. You may move Nirvana 1 space. Nirvana now on top. Can cross over now for the sandwich. The issue with the Foco is that... Oh, EX Crystal Strike is down. I was about to say, if Nirvana goes here, and it starts with Foco at speed 5, EX Crystal Strike could be a threat, right? Which would, I guess it doesn't dodge the Foco. Oh, it stuns it out, obviously, but 1 Crystal Strike is caught in the gauge, so we're not looking at an EX Crystal Strike situation to get out of the second Foco, if Chykka has it. Chykka tossing out the EX Brio? Wait, Brio Rhapsody mix-up. Wait, there's a Brio Rhapsody mix-up here. What? I think it's probably just the Rhapsody. Rhapsody draw 2 for the second Foco. Although that one can get stunned out. But the only 2 EX options... Oh, I mean, I guess there's the EX normals up that you can see, but we're looking at Rhapsody or Brio. Probably Rhapsody, if I had to guess. Rhapsody at the very least means that Clover can't exceed again. That's a thing. Rhapsody will be speed 5. Brio would be speed 9. There's no reason to EX Brio, right? Does Mio have block number 2? If Mio has block number 2, can he afford to pay the force if his win con is supposedly... Not even his win con, his ticket back into the game is the Arctic Dungeon. Migo is going to play the Dual Ice Strike, which will get stunned out. And is the EX Rhapsody of Memories at power 7. Migo will take 4 damage off that. Clover gets to draw 2 first, and then choose his positioning. Cal says, no way, it's a Brio. It's a Brio if Chykka's making his 1 throw a game, okay? Or his 1 throw a set. He hasn't done that yet, so I mean, I'm sure as you are intimately aware of. You know, because, I mean, you know, right? Chykka goes for these strange mix-ups sometimes. Hasn't done it here, though. Chooses to advance to. Getting into Jin's face here. I mean, it has two Brios left, so Migo has officially given up on the Arctic Dungeon plan. Bites the bullet there and bursts. Has 4 gauge for Overdrive or Moonsong, I guess. But yeah, just that block. Right. Too much power up behind the Foco there for Carl. Amigo really had to spend a lot to not die there. Clover with a huge life lead, though. I mean, it's Jin. Jin can make comebacks. Clover's deck is pre-reshuffle, so options are known, or getting known. 3 in hand, 6 in deck. What are we looking at here? Are we looking at like a Foco to here into a Grasp for Chykka to close out the game? So we see the Scorn come out, push 1, draw 1, take another action. Pushing to range 3. Oh, now baiting out Brios. I push to 3. Maybe Jin has crosses over to here. I don't get the Scorn then. Migo's in the wrong neighborhood, that's for sure. That needs to leave. That's Carl Clover 101. Migo going for a reading with only 3 cards left in the hand. Did Chykka top deck Grasp? I guess is the question that Migo's asking. Did Chykka top deck Focus? Did not happen. We see a hand of EX Brio and a sweep. Well, a Brio's coming out here for sure, right? I think, did Migo spend for an after draw 2 on that as well? Is this Migo just swinging for the fences? To going a Brio here one more time. 0 to 1 4 8. I guess the only decision Chykka's making whether he has to play EX Brio or regular Brio. Don't see why you would play EX. Doesn't really hit a threshold. Sweep will miss. Brio needs to be validated, however. Probably validates with the no normal. Yep. At the very least, Migo not stunned because he played the sweep. So, we'll get pushed away. So Migo does get some cards out of it. Yeah, Cal noting that there is a world where you play EX Brios, whether which would stun a singular Spike, which has only 4 guard on it. To prevent the draw 2 from coming out, which could be a thing. Anyway, last OD goes off for Carl. Nirvana gets to move one space, probably moving closer, yep. And Carl flips back. No Brio in hands. 4 HP to Jin's name. I think Jin is still not completely out of this yet. Going for the Nirvana prep. Sandwich online for Brio. Shenanigans. Nothing else hits from... I guess you could play Foco. Focus was ready, yeah, I figured. See, Jin spent 2 force in the form of the Ice Fang to move to range 3. Get out of Brio range. If we look at Carl's cards, Carl doesn't really have a whole lot going on. We said super early on that Carl was out of those range 3 normals for the most part. Chykka content to just continue to threaten Brio, however. I think Migo has gone for 4 readings this game, has not hit a single one. You'd have to rewind the tapes to check how high percentage those readings are, but... Jin spends 2 force to move to EX Grasp range. I mean, not likely that Clover's top 2 here is EX Grasp, right? Because we know this one's the Brio. Migo has an EX Valenice on deck to deal with a singular Grasp, I believe. Clover maybe finds himself in a position where he can reshuffle. Get that burst online. There it is. Chykka, like every other player, has forgotten to draw his Astral, but does so right there. One Brio caught in the gauge. And one Brio in the hand, so kind of a moot point there. Sorry, I looked up for a second to drink some water. Okay, we see a +2 power come out from Jin. Really hard telegraphing them the Valenice now. Here comes the burst. Draw 2. Take another action, as is found on all Season 5 Astrals. Fierce. Really, really hard telegraphing this EX Valenice if he has it. Really hard telegraphing it. Chykka should shuffle his hand. I feel like the Brio's still here. And then, like, these 2 cards were drawn post-reshuffle, and these 2 were drawn pre-reshuffle. There's information to be gleaned there. You definitely need to shuffle your hand if you're Chykka here. Okay, power gets matched by the speed. And now suddenly that Valenice is not looking so good. Jin can, in theory, match speed with a preemptive here. But would then be hard telegraphing something, and I'm not really sure that's. I mean, you do have to take risks to win this game, right? When you're down 4-20, you do have to take risks. So, but a preemptive is going to be super expensive here in order to match the speed. At the very least, you know that Chykka doesn't have EX Grasp. That's a like doesn't have EX Grasp. I guess could have drawn a Grasp in the first two and then had a Grasp here. Could be possible, but we see these Scorn come out. Push one, draw one, take another action. Moving back to range 2, where the +2 speed's a little bit spooky. We're going to see Migo pop an Ignore Armor, now strike, hit, add this to gauge. With an after draw 2 on it, with a singular card. That is, I mean, is this just DP? It is DP. The Rhapsody will not work here. Cantabile at speed 8! Migo looks like he's conceded. The Wild Swing works out there. I mean, 4 outs there for Chykka, right? Had the 2 Cantables and had the 2 crosses. So like a 25% chance, 20% chance. Oh yeah, Cantabile speed 9 because we're in the sandwich as well. Wow. And Migo just concedes right off that. I mean, you're probably losing that game, but Chykka now up 2-0. Has the Fight and the Carmine for his final character. Migo has to perform the reverse sweep. I hope we don't see another 3-0. 6 3-0s in a row in playoffs is kind of depressing. But Chykka up 2-0. Just some aggressive gambits not going Migo's way. I mean, we know Migo's an aggressive player. Likes to strike often. But it's running into a little bit of a wall here. One thing I mean, Migo's been going for like readings a lot. They've not been working. Migo's been going for like mix-ups. They've not been working. And I mean, obviously, went for the DP there, right? Like, Chykka could have just had a speed 8 option in hand to counteract that, right? I mean, Chykka drew 2 cards off the top. At least there were no Cantables or crosses before the reshuffle, so it was only two. It was only the 2 or 3 cards that Chykka had drawn post reshuffle, plus the top deck. But I mean, those are. I mean, it's not even that, right? You're down 4-20. The game has gone wrong way before that. And the Clover takes game 2. Migo's old main over the new main. The old girlfriend gets her revenge on Jin, and Migo needs a reverse sweep to take the set here and move on to grand finals. So Migo has the Akuma, the Propeller, can run it back with the Jin or the Gordeau. Chykka has either Fight or Carmine. And what a statement it would be if Chykka says, I'm going to 3-0 you without the Carmine. What a statement that would be. Looks like these players are discussing. I think they're in VC with each other. See Chykka moving his mouse like that. And that Clover game looked good. That Clover game looked very good. 20 HP left. Good reshuffle timing as well from Chykka there. Really good reshuffle timing. Like got the options back as soon as he needed them. And we see a lot of, I mean, we weren't going to expect it from Chykka, right? Because Chika's one of the best players in our scene. But we see a lot of lesser players just not reshuffle at the proper time. But that reshuffle closed out the game, right? Let's Take a zoom out here. Everybody stretch. It's been a couple hours. I think I've been live for a couple hours now. Everybody take a stretch, drink some water. Take a walk, take a hike. I think Migo's tilted right now. I think, unfortunately, Migo's tilted. I could see it in the mouse movements. I've seen it before. I can see it in the mouse movements. The fact that they're having like a 5-minute long chat after the game, Migo's tilted. Well, it's now or never, Migo. It's now or never. You're down 0-2 against Chykka. Could be staring down the barrel of 3 Carmine games. I don't know if I see a way back. Just so everyone knows, Carmine in this tournament is currently 25 wins, 4 losses. The only question is whether Chykka will pick the fight. And Cal, I agree with you. I totally think Chykka will pick fight. I totally think that. It's disrespectful, but I think he'll do it. Actually, no. Chykka picked Carmine into Rose before, so it's not like Chykka has not picked Carmine this tournament. Chykka picked Carmine into Rose, and Chykka picked Carmine into someone else as well. I can't remember who. Oh, Chykka picked Carmine into someone else in pools. I can't remember who. But Cal predicting the fight coming out here. Is a picking fight playing with your food a little bit? Maybe Chika's tired. Maybe he wants to go to bed. Oh, it's the fight. And against the run back with the Jin. Well, you called it, Cal. You called it. Notably, these two players did play practice rounds against each other. And Chika's Carmine lost twice to Migo's Propeller. Now, notably, what happened in the tournament game afterward was that Migo lost quite handily to Moriarty's Carmine. But that's a thing to note. I'll take a look. Sorry, we'll not take a look at Jin, because we just saw Jin. We'll take a look at Fight here. One, you set your attack, spend up to 2 force for +1 power each. So definitely big red numbers coming out here for Chykka. Take a look at the kit as well. Notably, no really good melee options here outside of the retreating bolts with multiple force ups. So we'll take a look at this. We have 2 fireballs. We have an explosive shot. We have a fast fireball and a slow fireball. Both build extra gauge. Because Fight is a character that requires lots of force to work, obviously. Has 3 ultras as well to his name. Power Jump, this card is fake news, doesn't do anything. Retreating Bolts, this card actually does do something. Sick melee option. Also, people always forget about this, but like when Fight's in the corner, it just hits at range 3, just straight up. Right? If you're thinking of this only as a melee option, don't. Ultras here, we have a very reliable Ultra here in Lightning Gun. I feel a little bit low damage on front side, and you can pump it up to 8 damage on back side. 2 gauge as well. We have Railgun, which is a little bit of a trick shot. Don't really see too many people play this Ultra. Decent Ultra, but quite expensive. Usually Fight wins games before he builds 4 gauge. After Exceed side, I feel like. Flamethrower, 145, there's your Ignore Guard option. Becomes above curve at range 4 if you spend 3 force for it. Of course, we're alluding to spending 3 force. You can spend 3 force on backside as Fight. for +1 power each. Additionally, Fight has an Exceed kicker that allows him to play up to 2 continuous boosts from the discard as well. So high tempo Exceed from Fight. So we see Chykka mulligan 5. Jin, of course, opting to go first. Let's flip the camera back around. Sorry if that makes you nauseous. And game 3 coming out here. Jin versus Fight. Admittedly, I will say I did not play, which is rare. I did not play a single practice game against Migo. As we see the run, moving to range 1, where we alluded, Fight doesn't really have good melee options in his specials. And also, I mean, who wants to deal with Explosive Shot, right? Who wants to deal with this menace of a card? Although, I mean, Jin does have this, which has 5 guard, but, I mean, who wants to deal with EX? Explosive Shot, right? As we see the Speed Shell come out, +1 speed after Retreat 1. I guess that means I was wrong on that Clover boost, because that Clover boost is +1 speed after Advanced Retreat 1. But, oh, hold on, I never actually replaced the card tracker here. Let's do that real quick. Okay, order is restored. Back to Migo here. +1 speed. Now you're threatening, like, what? Range, speed 8 grasp, speed 7 retreating bolts. Outside of that, not really sure what else you're threatening. Threatening a cheeky 6-speed assault, I guess. I don't know. Jin probably just going to go slow here. Probably a dual ice. Don't think Jin is going to attempt to contest speed here. First strike of the game. We're going to see Chykka reveal a railgun and not play it, of course. Fight going slow as well. It is the dual ice. Gets countered by the focus. Jin will not be gaining advantage off that. Be 1 damage to both players. Fight is forced to retreat 1. Pops back on over to range 2. Where Jin's got DPs. Really bad defensive DPs, of course, but Migo, of course, did not get the push off, so will not have advantage. It is now Fight's turn. Range 2 again, we're just dealing with a bunch of normals. We're actually going to be boosting defend here. What are we looking at here? Defend Assault, the classic. Notably, Defend Assault does still lose to a Dual Ice, second copy, in that the Dual Ice will yoink advantage back. So, Fight comes up close and Jin just shoves him right back. So we see an after draw 2. Are we going to see a more head empty style Jin from Migo here? After draw 2 strike, DP speed 7. Fight just going for a wild swing. It's the assault into a sweep. Alright, well, we saw the assault coming. Didn't see it coming off the wild swing there. We didn't really call the sweep. I mean, but it's standard fast slow mix up there. I mean, especially with 1 spike down. Yoiks and Ultra out. That could be useful. Ultra's 2 force, right? That Fight UA is expensive. But that will be Chykka taking 5 damage and Migo taking 4. Chykka just preps. Fight, expensive character, so we alluded to before. Dropping an Ultra is a little bit sad. Although we do know that it was not the Ultra. We do know there's a railgun in the hand because Chykka accidentally revealed it. But don't think it actually matters too much. I think the railgun just reads here have to force for combat in the future. Interesting to see Chykka go for a wild swing there. Fight does have a lot of whiffs, potential whiffs, and the explosive shot and the where is it? In the electro charge, so we can see the parry come out. Parry's the reading, or part of the focus. Excuse me. Notably, that looked like a I want hand information reading, and I'll take your second focus because I have second focus. That's a really early parry, right? On a target of which one of us already in the gauge. interestingly enough. I don't think it was the I secretly want hand information parry, but I'll take a focus as a consolation prize, but it really looked like it, didn't it? We're going to see the power jump come out. Advance or retreat 2. If you do not move past the opponent, add this card to your gauge. So basic heat charge. Retreat back to range 3, where we are looking at a speed 6 option here in Lightning Gun, and a second speed 6 option here in the Retreating Bolts. Back to Jin here. This, of course, means fight can exceed, but when fight exceeds, he wants to bring back valuable continuous boosts, and I don't think there are any there. As Jin crosses into range 1, we now see the game plan for Migo here. It's stick like glue to fight. So we see second defend boosted from Chykka. It's interesting to see. I mean, melee is a difficult range for fight, and now the lightning gun looks more playable, but means that when fight does exceed, we're not going to see like a +2 speed spike being threatened here, which could be useful. So we see Migo just prepare, back to fight here. Chykka think about initiating a strike here, perhaps? Did he flip a card? Did he flip this card? I don't think he did. It looked like he flipped a card, but maybe I'm mistaken. Melee does become better when we have Ultras online for a fight. So we alluded to earlier, the Lightning Gun and the Flamethrower Ignores Guard. Oh, that's a spicy one right there. The 1/4/5 Ignore Guard for 2 gauge. 1/6/5. 1 to 3/6/5 Ignore Guard. It's on curve at range 3, but we're standing at range 1. We do have a defend in play, but I don't know, man. Still a sketch. Don't think fight strikes with an Ultra here, if I'm being 100% honest. I think fight wants to make some space, get out of the corner. I think if Chykka strikes here, it's a mistake. Ace fight can make space with a grasp, but I don't like it. Okay, we're seeing a parry come out. That's acceptable to me, I guess. What's the parry target? Parry target whiffs. So we're gonna see we're gonna see a nice hand here. No readings available for Chykka, but it's the end of EX Grasp, Jazz Hands, Assault, EX Ice Fang. We have 3 EXs in this hand. EX4, EX7, EX Ice Fang, and an Assault. That is, not gonna claim it's a good hand, but it's an interesting hand. It's an interesting hand to see. Let's take a look one more time at this. Chykka's text is so weird. He put 3 dives in here, and then he put X Fang times 2, and then EX dive, EX grasp, whatever. Back to Jin here. I'm happy that Chykka didn't strike. But okay. That defend boost gets teched. Now fight definitely has to get out of the corner. The only issue is if fight gets out of the corner spending only 2 force, I mean Jin's gonna EX grasp him right back in, right? Which could be problematic. Like fight, really, I mean, if there's ever a time to boost run, it would be now. Don't think fight has it though, because fight hasn't matched it. I think I would be happy with fight spending 3 force to get out of the corner. +1 speed. On the electro charge. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't like it very much. It's a world where we're threatening EX Lightning Gun, I guess. That's a world. I mean, you can just strike with the EX Grasp to prevent that, and then just say, hey, do you have the EX Grasp? Chykka does have 2 sweeps, but... meh? I don't know. Not really feeling this +1 speed, personally. Unless it is just to bait out a Grasp Strike from Jin, and then you have the EX Lightning Gun in hand. And then afterward you spend the force to move across. Coaxes out a second tech from Migo. And now we're gonna see the deadlock boots boosted. You don't see this boost very often. Will is able to crossover with this. Spends a dive for it. But you don't see this boost too often. Stun immunity, now advanced retreat 1. Fight out of the corner, but I mean, can just get back in. If Migo's willing to just say, hey, I'll just strike here with the grasp, that's super obvious. The only issue is if fight has a second assault and you don't strike this turn as Jin, that's pretty bad. Because then fight's now here, and that's way worse for you. So we are going to see Migo strike here with the pinpoint strike, gaining advantage as well. Will Migo, I guess the only interesting question here is, will Migo choose to play around EX Grasp? Which is a possibility that Chykka has. 5 in hand, 13 in dex. Not super likely, but is the thing. Is there a world where Migo doesn't play Grasp? What does he play if he doesn't play Grasp here? Spencer after draw 2, so I'm assuming it's going to be an EX coming out. Singular card? Okay, not playing around EX Grasp. Unless this is like a sweep. Okay, Chykka playing only 1 card, so no EX Grasp. Spends 2 force for it, so I mean, this is gonna hurt. It's a flamethrower. It's a dual ice strike. Oh no! Migo went for the slow, gets called out. Oh man, that's spicy. That's not what I expected to happen at all. I thought Migo was just gonna go for the super obvious play, but I mean, this flamethrower was basically always gonna hit, right? It's 1 to 3, 6, 5. Migo only takes 3 damage because he does have 3 armor. Chykka just re-ups now with the prep. Well, I mean, now Jin has... Okay, Jin boosts Fierce. Again, Migo does not have to worry about readings, so these no normals are not a problem like they were in Game 1. I am shocked that the Chykka went for a 2-gauge flamethrower and Migo did not go for the grasp. I thought Migo was going to just try to take the hit to get better positioning, but I guess that's not the case. Back to Chykka here. Oh, Cal, good point. I forgot. Cal making a very good point here. This was boosted. It was there was a contingency plan against the 1 to 3s with sun immunity, like your sweeps and your flamethrowers. There was a contingency plan there. Absolutely, absolutely well spotted there, Cal. This was boosted. Grass would have just won combats. Grass would have won combats. And yeah, your positioning would have been off, but Chykka spent 2 gauge and 2 force on that. Right? That'd be a huge swing. Especially because, yeah, both focuses are down, which we noted earlier, yeah. Like, grass was... I mean, it's plan A, right? And plan A's readable, but plan A also just works sometimes. I'm surprised Chykka went for the flamethrower then. Into that. Did I just hear ping? What's going on here? Whatever. Chykka now taking a look at Jin's discard here. Setting an EX attack with 2 force. Is this just the LG? Is this cross? Is this grasp? Is this sweep? There are so many things this could be. It's the LG. Beats the spike. Text. I mean, fierce down the drain. 7 power LG. Amigo gets no value out of the fierce. Down to 15 HP. Maybe Chykka's Migo's number. You see, I changed cards 4, discarding EX Ice Fang to draw 5. Chykka surely just preps here. I don't know, Migo making... I don't want to say uncharacteristic plays, but there's certainly plays that have not worked out so far. Anyway, Jin with a full hand here. Down life, but, I mean, Jin can advantage chain for days. Fight doesn't have the most resources, only 4 in hand. Bunch of ultras down. Oh, only 2 railguns left in the name. Although we do know one of these cards is still railgun, funnily enough, I'm pretty sure. Unless the railgun was spent for force. I actually totally missed what was spent for force here on that +2 power. So the card tracker is off. Apologies for that. I'm not going to fix it. We're just going to wing it at this point. Okay, in comes the Scorn. Such a good boost, man. Such a good boost. Really underrated by mediocre Jin players, but... I'm sure Chykka must have spent the railgun for +2 power on at least one of the strikes. Yeah, so I missed 4 force expenditure on the card tracker. So don't look at it. Don't look at it for fight. It's still accurate for Migo. I mean, if Chykka takes a 5-minute turn, I'll just take the liberty of checking Chika's discard here. But Chika's actually been playing kind of speedy, kind of not really. Ignore armor, now strike for Jin. Really liking this boost. Fast slow mix up again. Jin has 1 DP left. Attempt to cross out. Gets Valentine's for his troubles. Okay, there we go. Chykka calls the mix-up wrong there. Migo builds 2 gauge. Fight almost surely has to prep again. So, I mean, while the early game looked bad, it was a lot of resource expenditure from Fight. So it will take time for Fight to rebuild, especially because he does not have access to the Exceed mode just yet. Oh wait, Migo counting cards here. Okay, we'll just cheat. We'll just cheat off Migo's homework. We'll just cheat off Migo's homework. That's fine. Is that card count actually just perfect now? 12 cards left. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Alright, well, they're two cards that I missed. Two normals. Oh, well, I just missed that strike there where Chykka played across. Okay, there's one card missing. Other than that, we are back in action. I mean, Jin at range 2, not down so much life. The only issue is once fight rebuilds, it's really only going to take... I guess on front side, it will probably take 3 combats for fight to win. On backside, that number could be reduced to 2, but on front side, it's definitely 3. Right, like, what's the world that fight hits a sweep with +2 power and like a spike with +2 power? Don't think that's happening. I can't remember whose turn it is. I think it's Migo's turn, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Migo just scorned, and he's still thinking about his second action, I believe. There is some ample discard checking happening on right now. It's been like just 5 minutes of everyone checking everyone else's discard, even though Migo counts cards. Although I guess Migo is mostly checking his own discard. You struck and Chykka prepped. Reshuffle action coming in. Oh, you're right. Yeah, there was a lot that happened. Alright, Arctic Dungeon in the hand of Jin. Only 2 gauge to the name, though, so... Don't think that's what Migo's gonna think his win con is. Chykka spends 2 force in the form of Dive and Grass to move back to range 4. Has the EX Explosive Shot on deck. 6 power would pop the 5 defenses of a card like Ice Blade. Burst goes off immediately. Draw 2. Just a DP and a Crystal Strike caught in the gauge for Jin here. Not too bad. See the preemptive come out here. Just really saying, please don't explosive shot me, bro. Preemptive die, preemptive Vice Blade. Spends for after draw 2 as well, so not the Ice Fang. Migo did not shuffle his hand, and I believe he struck with a card that he just drew off the burst. Which could be telling. Depending on what was left pre-reshuffle. I don't remember, personally. But I believe he did strike with the rightmost card here. Chykka just probably responding with a foe. Oh, just block, okay. Is the 5 power speed 6 dive for Jin. Draws 2 on it as well. Chykka just blocks it. 5 power incoming. Chykka doesn't have a whole lot of force to his name. And Jin is raring to go. 6 cards in hand. 2 gauge as well. And Chykka is spending a lot of time spending just a lot of time and not really having a whole lot of force to show for it. Maybe Jin smells blood in the water here. Again, I mean, Chykka can spend 0 force, but I don't think he will. Spends 2 force to take nothing. I would have expected him to take 1, but doesn't want to spend any of the 3 cards in his hand. Is Fight going for a reshuffle soon? Fight still has EX Sweep on deck. It's very weird. Chykka checking his own discard. Can Fight afford to take a really low tempo reshuffle, I guess is maybe the question he's asking himself. Is there still value to be extracted out of this current deck as well before a reshuffle actually occurs? At the very least, Fight is not looking to exceed anytime soon. So it doesn't need the boosts out. Okay, here comes a Light. Light at range 1. Not a whole lot being threatened here, but from Chykka. I guess speed 8 retreating bolts. An on curve assault. Above curve cross. Funnily enough, those multiple of those cards get answered by the Ice Blade from Jin, which is what, 2 to 5. Maybe this Light is in play to protect a reshuffle action. Right, so you boost the Light. You say, okay, I'm acting like I'm in a position of power, and then you use that position of power to reshuffle, perhaps? Sam Ego's got to count these cards. There's only so many left. Wow, it just matches it. You do not see preemptive matching speed very often. With an afterdraw 200 as well. Probably just DP or Grasp. If I had to guess. I mean, Chykka has one. I guess he has Power Jump as well, but one sweep and one Power Jump for slows. Maybe Chykka isn't willing to play a Light there if he has EX Sweep in hand. If he has EX Sweep in hand, he probably reshuffles instead. So this is just fast from Jin. Pretty expensive, but does tech the Light boost, I guess. And Jin Jin drawing 2 cards there. Migo opting for a more head empty playstyle this game. Chykka looking for a Power Jump or a Sweep. Doesn't hit it. The Valinized Beastie Grasp. That's 4 power to Fight. Down to 16. Jin draws more. Wonder if maybe Chykka was meant to keep EX Grasp there then. Or EX Sweep. Or like draw for EX Sweep. Like pretend he had it. Maybe Jin wouldn't be so incentivized to strike into that had he represented EX Sweep in his hand. Yep, here comes the reshuffle from Fight now. Now that the plan has failed, now we just normal reshuffle. I don't know, I mean, that Light meant that unless Chykka top decked Sweep, he didn't have the Sweep. Are we really gonna attempt to trade with Power Jump a 2 power card? This card has only 2 power on it. It's looking real gnarly though. Also loses to Grasp, it only hits 1 to 2. Didn't even recognize that. Back to Jin here. I mean, Jin's got a couple turns to make something happen. Maybe even could be a singular turn if Chykka just says, hey, I'm going to change cards, everything. Jin preps. Chykka preps. Huh. Okay, values the 4 cards that he's got left. Maybe he's got normals in there, then, in that case. goes for a simple to prepare action over CC. CC would have gotten him 3 cards deeper in that deck. Back to Jin here. Life totals are even. You're struggling to flip that railgun up, upside up. Right side up, excuse me. What happened? Oh no. Okay, wait, no, everything's fine, Okay, wait, hold on. I got like a Steam error. Okay, hold on. I got like a weird huge Steam error. It looked like something like overloaded. I should be able to have the room back up though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It might be back in time. I think I have my autosave to set to every 60 seconds though. Sorry for that.
We've been taking long turns. So.
Yeah. How do I load a game? Just load. It looks like the turn that's loading is the preemptive turn. So you'll have to take a couple turns. Because I mean, you guys did take big preps. I don't know what happened. You like flipped that card over like 3 times, and on the third one, they were just like, no, we're not having it. Room's back up, same password.
Okay.
This is the preemptive turn, though. It looks like Migo has not struck with a card yet.
Oh, by the way, we are after this game, we'll take a break, regardless of whether
like a break for the rest of the night, type break.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
After this.
Okay. Yeah, it's so weird. I think like you like flipped this card over like 4 times because you kept missing the other card.
Really? And
yeah.
That's what broke it. What?
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Oh, this is
really far back.
I think we can remember how this works.
Yeah.
The thing is that the reshuffle might change.
The reshuffle might change. Yeah.
The reshuffle will change, and then this could be awkward. Oh well.
Oh well.
So you set that
yeah, you watch the grass.
So this is what happened. Okay, so why is it crooked? What the fuck?
What's crooked?
The board.
The Undertale board.
The board is crooked on your screen. Should I change the board?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't change your board.
Right. Maybe okay. This is not crooked. Okay, good.
Oh, okay, you gotta use this ugly board instead. Have fun.
Okay, so this is what happened. Waldo's here. Cool. Getting my way.
Very cool. Yeah, sorry about this, folks.
Get out here.
To the stream, all 1 people watching. I'm pretty sure it's only Cal.
Cal's watching me, getting my ass kicked.
Oh, hey, man. There goes my money. There goes my monetization. Alright, so, you're preemptive. You spent for after draw 2.
Yes. And then I played Valentine's.
You played Valentine's.
And then you
Chykka wild swings grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take 4. Jin draws 2. Preemptive resolves.
And then
Chykka immediately reshuffles.
You reshuffled right after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can reshuffle
your cards might unfortunately change.
The cards might so if the cards change, then I think the best course of action is to just like play on from here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because honestly, right? So what happened in the game, right? What happened in the game was you just prepped on the turn that he reshuffled.
Yes.
And then afterward, like that's when the game crashed, right? Because that's when you were resetting these.
You might still just decide to reshuffle anyway.
No, I mean Chykka reshuffles, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna reshuffle. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So you reshuffle, right? You're gonna draw different cards. So from here, the game state's gonna change just a little bit. But you guys play on from here.
Okay.
All right. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Had a little, I don't know, something broke on TTS, so we can take a look at that error. Maybe I'll send that error to D. Do I even have that error? Oh, it's probably in global. Oh, something definitely broke there. What do we have here? Error process Steam P2P packet. The given key was not present in the dictionary. Traces at some library. Okay, and we have just something that's unparsable. Okay. So Chykka might draw different cards here, but this is the best resolution we're going to get. Okay. Migo flips all his cards up, and it doesn't break my TTS this time. Back to Migo here. And yeah, as you guys heard, this is going to be the last game, whether Chykka takes it 3-0 or not, and we are going to be continuing this set tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe is the time that these two players have agreed on. So yeah, I'll just shadow TO there for a second there and make that decision. And we're gonna see the parry come out here from Migo. What does he parry? Parries cross. Okay, hard telegraphing that he wants to play slow here. Migo is down both DPs, but still has both grasps to his name. Maybe Migo now plays his own cross. So we see the speed shell come out, +1 speed after retreat 1. See Migo top that with a +2 speed. Speed at range 1, I mean, but Jin does have Ignore Armor. Now Strike as a boost. Chykka just preps, saying, okay. Can't match the speed just yet. Let me grab 2 force for later. Does Jin strike into this with +1 speed and attacker's advantage? Pairs it with a reading. Will Migo finally hit a reading this set? And what are we reading here? I imagine Migo wants to hit with big damage, so he reads like a spike and goes for a slow. Migo spends for after draw 2 as well. Reading hits, and it is a spike. It's just an assault, but I mean, hey. Jin gains advantage off that. We'll draw 2 as well. Fight takes 4 damage. Migo now has life lead finally. And now we're looking at a situation where we're asking ourselves, did fight overcommit? Like 15 minutes ago. Did fight overcommit? Never got the tempo swing off the exceed. Spent a whole lot of force engage on ultras. And Jin now able to make the comeback. Migo with advantage as well here, sitting at range 2. Because of course the speed shell went off, because fight was not stunned, so the speed shell went off the after retreat 1. Migo boosts second copy of light. Back to fight here. I mean, that is the last speed boost that Migo has. There's a little bit of comfort there. Migo just does have I mean, he's Jin, right? So he's gonna have a billion cards to his name, and Migo's only been exclusively using his it's late, I apologize. Words are hard. Has exclusively been using the gauge that he has for the head empty playstyle of after draw 2. Not a whole lot of advantage chains left. There's EX Dual Ice and an Assault. No Violent Ices left, though. And no Mood Songs, either. Only 12 HP to chew through, though. Has 1 Ignore Armor boost left as well. It is Fight, though. Fight. We've seen Chykka make comebacks with Fight before. Fight's a very explosive character, yada yada yada. No gauge for Ultras just yet. One issue I do foresee happening here is Chika's on 6 cards. He's not incentivized to prep here. If Chykka doesn't prep, Migo has a pretty free Moonsong incoming. Not Moonsong, the Permafrost. It's not pretty free, but relatively free. Fight spends 1 force to advance to range 1, where speed doesn't matter. So has the retreating bolts to do so. Permafrost looks worse now. Dual Ice also in a position where it does not gain advantage unless Fight somehow helps out. Ice Pop, the set score is 2-0 in Chika's favor. This is going to be the last game of the set for tonight. If Migo wins this, we will be continuing the stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. But we've been here for what, 2 hours 45 minutes, just about. So these have been grueling games. I mean, that Vega Gordo game was absolutely just, there was just half an hour where just nothing happened in the middle of the game. Do you think I should have, maybe I'll just have, like, the score counter at the top, because so the thing is, I don't hide the UI, because I like looking at the chat. Maybe I'll just have a score counter here at the top. Okay, we have Wave of the Warrior now. Notably, Migo's down to 1 speed 7 option. Not sure if that's a thing that will matter, but I mean, it's Fight. Fight can overload. Chykka looking at discard now. Is Chykka thinking maybe the only way I can get rid of these boosts is with a cheeky reading, perhaps? We have 7 in deck, 9 in, or 7 in hand, 9 in deck for Jin. Don't think Jin is decking out this game, but important to note. Options are starting to become more and more known for Jin. Jin almost assuredly just gonna play like a cross or something, right? Kept peeking during game 1 and seeing 14 life totals. Yeah, they spent about 20 minutes at that life total. It was a high octane gameplay. Yeah, I might I saw Gear have the score up top. I might do the same. Especially because, like, you can't, these buttons are not transparent anyway. I don't think I can change how they look either. Or if I can, it'll take way too much effort. I'm not going to do it. And, like, while I can play with UI off like that, I would prefer not to, because I can't, unless I maybe do something in the console of this game, I don't know how to turn off these buttons, but keep the chat. Right, so when I press F11, there's no chat, right? But maybe I'll have like a little element here that just says the score. Anyway, it is Chykka's turn here. Chykka, look at that deck. I think he's just resting his mouse there, actually. Don't think he's actually looking to prep. Chykka down looking at his own discard. I'm pretty sure there's only just a couple cards in there. Gunning for the EX. This can be EX anything. EX anything with +2 force into a +2/+2 strike. Someone's dying here. Someone is dying here. Is this EX Grasp? At 8 speed, Jin has, I mean, like we said, Jin has 1 speed 7 option left in the second copy of Grasp. 7 in hand, 9 in deck. EX Grasp would be 6 power. Jin has a focus left. Wait, Jin doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Grasp. look at what's here. I think Cal, you're right. I think this is EX Grasp. Surely Chykka's not a madman playing EX Sweep here, right? I mean, we can just, like... All we know is that Chykka spent 5 minutes thinking about this combat. He was really scouring through cards. Oh, no, it happened again. Okay, well, I mean... Still looking at EX Grasp here. I don't think Chykka's a madman playing EX Sweep. Could be playing EX Focus. Oh, that's the focus into the Grasp. He had it. He had it. This is going to be 6 power Grasp. Jin takes 4. Focus will hit back for 5. Jin draws a card off Focus. Yeah, I mean, if that was EX Sweep, Chykka's a madman, but it would have been a madman play that would have worked there. I guess Chykka, I mean... Right, it's just, you're representing the EX, so you can't just play as Jin. You can't play the most obvious cross in the world. Jin could add EX Cross there as well, and that would have just blown up anything that fight plays there. So we see the Scorn come out. Push 1, draw 1. Second action. Yeah, something's wrong with the save, and I don't know what it is. It all started when this card was flipped, but I don't think that's the actual issue. Oh man, this feels so bad. Because it's like in tournament too. And it's just like, it messes up your concentration as a player. I feel really bad for this. Hopefully someone just wins the game super quickly. But I don't think that's going to happen. Unless Migo just mashes like EX Permafrost. Strike with a single card. This can kill. This could be the Permafrost. It's the Cross. Cross beats Assault. Migo going undercurve there does not pan out. I'm just going to save the game again, honestly. Okay, saved. Fight now at range 4, so explosive shots are a thing. Fight has gauge to exceed now as well, although I don't know if that's the play. I don't think there's very many good boosts here in the discard, although I could be mistaken. Yeah, Migo just taking a bet that one of these two cards wasn't cross. Wait, that was second cross from fight? That could be... No, it's not a big issue. I mean, LG is still online. Chykka now checking Migo's discard. I'm just gonna save the game after every action they take, and I'm hoping that the room lasts through, and I'll send the script report to D at some point. I had true the cross got parry. Thank you, Cal. Chykka preps, so we're gonna save the game there. Back to Migo. Sitting at range 4. Range 4, we do have Ice Fangs, and we have an Ice Blade left. They don't really perform very well into an explosive shot. Chykka just going for simple preps over change cards actions. Would have maybe recommended one at the right after the reshuffle, I think. Just to get through that deck, but maybe he just had the appropriate cards that he needed. Jin maybe looking to move in. Six in hand, 7 in deck for Jin. Chykka now taking a look here. We have an Ignore Armor now strike. Does Migo really have an EX? Ice Fang to his name? Singular card! With an after draw 2 on it? So just hoping that Chykka doesn't have the explosive shot? Right, because Ice Fang only has 4 guard on it. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Looks like you're about to eat an explosive shot, my friend. Oh, I guess it could be Ice Blade. Okay, it's Ice Blade. A 5 for 5. I forgot Ice Blade has 5 guard. Yeah, thank God it's not the Ultra. Explosive shot goes first, hits for 5. Jin, of course, not stunned. Can choose range. Probably wants range. Probably wants range 2 here. Range 2... I mean, Chykka needs to draw... Well, we've quickly accelerated to the end game here, funnily enough. So we're just going to make another save. We've accelerated to the end game. Both players at 3 HP. And, well, the game's going to end soon. Chykka only has 2 cards to his name, but has a billion force to work with. I want to see a big CC come out from Chykka. Hit those LGs. Not getting advantage there for Jin is kind of a problem. Right, like, Chykka has to be drawing big here, drawing for those LGs, looking for... It's actually just LG. Oh. Cal using the card tracker better than me. EX crosses up for Jin. That's funny. Big ups to Cal for carrying the analysis, even though we have the card tracker right beside me. I mean, Chykka does have a block left. I mean, regardless, I think this has to be a big CC action. I think you keep 2 gauge, just in case Jin, for some reason, only strikes with the 1 cross. And yeah, just big CC, man. What else you got? It's not prep. It's not prep. You have a billion gauge, sir. Like, how much force do you have in here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. CC6, draw 7. You draw 7 out of 17. Yeah, Migo on that last strike, playing the odds there, right? You saw him parry 1 cross, and again, Cal makes this point. We saw him parry 1 cross. I think I just forgot that. But then Chykka had the second one. Went for a 5-speeder, did not pan out. Fight exceeds... What's there? Light? Is there light in there? Okay, I mean, 2 boosts come out. The Explorer comes out. Now Advance or Retreat 2. Chykka must be really confident in what his last 2 cards are. The only speed boost I think he has an Electro Charge for +1 speed. But like +1 speed's not going to be enough to contest an EX Cross unless he has EXLG. It's 2 Explorbs that come out. Just flies to the other side of the board, advances 4, or advances 2 and then retreats 2. Now it's to get range 3. Where, I mean, Jin doesn't really have a fast range 3 option. Jin has Spike and Dive. And Fight. I mean, Fight has the dominant speed option here, right? Jin doesn't really have a move and strike. Jin doesn't have a move to take another action with something like a Scorn. Jin also running low on cards. Jin only has 4 cards left in his deck. I don't think it'll make a difference, but, I mean, deck pressure is there to some degree. Let's go ahead and make a save. So range 3 for Fight, on top of Assaults, also has the LG at speed 6. Migo has armor in the form of 2 copies of Dual Eye Strike. No blocks, no foci. I don't think Migo can strike here. Don't think that's legal. I think Migo has to move in to preferable range. Can't move back because you risk dying to an explosive shot. Move to 1. Drop an Ice Fang, move to 1. Chykka taking a really good look at that discard, as is Migo. Migo only has 10 cards left to his name, 11 cards, 7 in deck, 7 in hand, 4 in deck. Excuse me. It's getting late. There's no way Migo can strike here. Striking here is legal. Eventually, well, no, I think Fight will run out of resources before, like, if they were just going to do, like, the dance of, hey, you move 1, I move 1, you move 1, I move 1. Fight will hit the corner and run out of resources before Jin draws his last card, I believe. The only way that doesn't happen is if fight has backstep. That's going to be an expenditure of 1 force. 2 force to move to range 1. Perfect. Back to fight here. Just going to boost the power jump, retreat 2, and key charge. Luckily, Migo still has force to burn here. Just going to save the game again. To force the form of Ice Fang to move to range 1, and yeah, just as we predicted. Deck pressure, kind of a thing. Kind of a thing. Fight out of crosses, so can't run. Run would be absolutely brutal here for Jin. Hand becoming super known, readings are a thing for fight. Doesn't really have a whole lot of hand to work with, though. Doesn't really have a punish for cross either. Could have a punish for dive. Interestingly, Jin spends Ice Fang instead of a dive, and another force to move. Hopefully, Jin doesn't have the dive in hand, because that could be a very readable normal. Chykka now taking a look at his own discard. I'm getting nervous. The game hasn't crashed in a while. I've saved it, but big nervous. Big nervous. Reminder, this is 2-0 Chykka, right? If Chykka wins this, he takes the set 3-0. Moves on to Grand Finals. Migo has to fight for third. What will Chykka do? Will he dig through his deck? Will he try to move again? Will he... I don't think it's prep. I think it's change cards over prep. Okay, so it's like an expenditure of 1 force. Takes it back. I think it should be prep over CC. I mean, surely all 3 cards in hand aren't useful, right? Surely. That 1 card will matter. That's an expenditure of 4 force. That's an expenditure of 5 force. Draw 6? Oh, it's on... Maybe it's only an expenditure of 4 force. Draw 5. I didn't see what the... I saw 1 ultra. I thought maybe it was 2 ultras, but maybe it was an ultra and a special or something. CC5, drawing 6, keeping 2 gauge. Migo has a chance to strike with EX Cross. The only issue is, what if Chykka draws block? What if Chykka draws EX Focus? Is there a world where you play Permafrost to try to bait out a block? Bait out EX Focus? I've restarted. I've restarted literally everything I could. I mean, I haven't restarted my router yet, but I know it's not my router.
Going to Morb. Okay, two
All right,
force.
Migo spends two
Here.
force
Oh,
again
so weird.
for the 5th time.
I'm something that's been like
Yes.
Chykka, change
Good.
cards. 4,
change
drawing
card 4.
5.
Okay.
And we're
What
back.
did I want to do again?
Alright, and we're back again. We're not going to be using the card tracker anymore because this is ridiculous. I apologize to the casters, to everyone, and turned that off. But this is just... Oh, I forgot to set their health totals. Oops. We are going here. But the stream is up. I don't know if... I don't think anyone's here. I don't even know why the stream's up. I feel like I should just be locally recording this for the end. But the stream is up. Jin is setting an EX attack. This is either going to be EX Cross or EX Perma. I believe are the 2 EXs that are up. So is... I guess the only question is Migo trying to bait out a block here. We just saw a big CC action come out. The EX Cross from Jin can't be outsped. Right, because Chykka does not have access to the EX Grasp. So the EX Cross is a dominant option, but if Chykka has drawn... Chykka probably just has to Wild Swing if he doesn't have the block, right? Because are you really going to risk playing like a 6-speeder into an EX Permafrost? Like, I don't think so. Nasty mix-up there, I guess. Nasty mix-up. Right, I guess Chykka has a decent chance of having a block in hand. I actually know whether Chykka has a block in hand or not because I just set it up, right? I was the one who just set up the room. But we are back. Hopefully things are going to be okay. Hopefully things, like, survive. We're actually just going to take a save right here. It's a Wild Swing. It's a Wild Swing focus. It is the EX Cross. Oh, oh, man. Fight's alive. Fight's alive on 1 HP. The Explorbs don't matter. We are now at range 4. Does... Oh, wait. The thing is, Fight spent... Force. Fight spent the second Explosive Shot on the change cards action. So Explosive Shot is no longer an option in Fight's hand. But the thing is, I think Migo spent the duel. As we see Fight move to range 3. Fight takes it back. And yeah, that Wild Swing focus there is absolutely soul crushing from Migo. Like he had the mix up technically between the cross and the focus. Migo just goes for the cross, or Migo just goes for the EX cross there, just hoping that Fight doesn't draw an armored option. Although Fight did have 3 armored options left in that deck, 2 foci and 1 block. And there was a big, CC action there from Chykka, right? Chykka now plays light at range 1, and I am not sure if Migo can win this game anymore. I am not sure if Migo can win this game anymore. Migo has no blocks left. Like, Migo has a grasp to his name. Oh, he has a tech. Okay. So Migo has 6 cards left to his name. They're known. It's the EX Permafrost, Ice Fang, Dual Strike, Grasp, and Dual Ice. So Migo from every Migo has now he has to strike every single turn. And are they just calling it here? Well, Migo has. Oh yeah, this LG just wins games. All right. Well, in the end, the deck comp was such that the wild swing focus at the top. I mean, Migo had the mix up, right? He had the cross permafrost mix up, but Chykka with the focus will armor through the cross. And that is going to be it. Chykka takes the set 3-0 in really scuffed fashion. I apologize. We're just going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Chykka makes grand finals in a 3-0 win, but yeah, I really do apologize to the competitors for the like scuffedness of what happened there. It's just like Steam having issues and dying, but we made it to the end of the game finally. Yeah, I mean, there was the permafrost cross mix up at the end there, right? And Chykka survives it and moves on to grand finals with another 3-0. This is the 6th 3-0 in playoffs in a row. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Congrats to Chykka on making grand finals. Consolations. I don't know what the word is to Migo, who will be fighting for 3rd place against Rose. But we will see you for the next one. Bye bye.